This is not another stream. This is the moment we show up. Real talk, real truth, real people, ready to ride. No filter, no fluff, just raw conversation that hits where it matters. Welcome to the revolution of You Become You Live. Let's do it live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it! Hey everyone, welcome to UBU Live. My name is William Rochelle, but you can call me Bill. Thank you everyone for coming, listening, and being a part of my journey. I want everyone today take a second. Let's all just do a collective sigh. Take a breath. I have so much to talk about, but in reality, this is my thought of the day, and there's only supposed to be one, but I have 30. But I'm only going to do one, so don't get scared, y'all. But you know, there's rising unemployment. The unemployment is affecting women more than any other demographic, and Black women especially. We have the Epstein files, and that's concerning because we're talking about young children that were groomed and abused. And we hear someone say, but Epstein's dead, so why are we still looking into this? There are other people that were in that with him. That is not where I want this to end. I think Miss Maxwell should receive some type of immunity. I think that there should be a gag order that prevents a pardon or anything else that would interfere with that, so that she can get the true facts out, and then we can move on. But that's not what we're here. That's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about me and you. Question that I ask myself all the time: do you know where you're going to? Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, pause and just ask yourself that one question. Do you know where you're headed? Do you know where you're going to? And it's a heavy question, I know. But if you're honest, most of us don't, not really. And how do you get to a destination if you don't know where you're going? We say we want more, but more what? More peace, more money, more love. But where are we actually headed? Are actions taking us in steps towards more peace, more money, more love? Let me paint a picture. And I hope this makes sense because it makes sense to me. You're heading on the I-95 north. Cruise control on, music bumping, preferably Janet Jackson. But your goal when you set out on this journey was to go to Los Angeles. Now, you're moving fast. And the problem is that Los Angeles is west, and you're not even heading west. You're on a fast lane to New York, and you don't even realize that you passed your exit 5 states ago. You're moving fast, but in the wrong direction. And that's the dilemma many of us face in life. We're all doing all the things, working, posting, grinding, but without direction. All you're doing is burning gas. So what's the first step? It's not the speed, it's not the hustle, it's choice. And that's a common thread through many of the discussions I have, many of my thoughts. It's a choice. Make a choice. And that, I believe, terrifies a lot of us because it needs to be clear. It needs to be bold. It needs to be terrifyingly honest. A choice about where you want to go. Because the truth is, there's always a fork in the road, and you can stay on I-95 and ride it all the way to Canada if you want. But if that's not your destination, if your soul is built for sunsets on the Pacific and not snowstorms in Quebec, why are you still heading north? Now, because life is a journey, this is where I get conflicted. Because sometimes I wonder if we're going in the wrong direction, is that still divine guidance? Is that the universe trying to show us something else along the way, pushing us towards really our destiny? Maybe the detour is the lesson. Maybe the off ramp that we missed is the revelation. Think about that. I've always admired nomads and my daughter Amanda. She's gonna kill me. Um, they don't. They're people that don't need a map. They just move. They follow instinct. They follow spirit, and they follow energy. And sometimes they land exactly where they're supposed to be. They find community, opportunity, and even success, not because they planned every move, but because they moved with life. I'm so proud of her because at an early age, she said that she was going to make it. And in my heart, I heard that. I will never forget that. And I know that she is on the road she's supposed to be on. She's on the road she's supposed to be in, but that's not my story. That's not my story. See, I crave stability, and we can go through all my childhood traumas on some other day, but I crave stability. I like knowing where I'm going. I like having a destination, a plan, a reason. But at the same time, life has also taught me that you have to be able to pivot. So I do have a little bit of Amanda in me, where I'm like, okay, this isn't working. I'm heading in this direction. But I'm a man of a particular age. I'm a little bit slower on saying, let's pivot, let's pack up, let's go, um, than she is. So it might take me seconds to pivot, to make the pivot, to understand the pivot. But it might take me weeks to actually make sure I've ironed out all the details correctly. So there's the conflict. There's a conflict. That road you mapped out years ago might not no longer serve you. Sometimes God leans in and whispers, turn left now. And it's preventing you from heading in the wrong direction. And if you're still, and when I say still, I mean peacefully still, enough to listen, you'll hear it. If you're brave enough to obey what you heard, that's your instinct, that's your gut. That's what I believe Amanda is really good at. You'll find it. She will find it. Your path, your purpose, and your peace. So, my question remains the same. Do you know where you're going to? If you love the life you're living, keep driving. But if you feel off track, if your spirit is restless, if your smile feels a little more forced these days, then pull over. Not forever, just long enough to check the map. Long enough, guys, we don't do this often enough. Long enough to ask for directions, not from the world, but from within. Ask for directions, not from the world, but from within. Your soul knows where you're supposed to be. Your soul is connected to a higher being. Listen to it. Listen to the silence, to the stillness, to your soul. It'll speak. And when it does, I hope you follow. But until that moment comes, because we can wait forever to be happy today. Until that moment comes, live in the moment, live on purpose, live to uplift everybody around you. Everybody. And please, 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 please give yourself grace. Most of us, most of us at some point in our life have thought, I'm not at the point in my life I expected to be at this age. Give yourself grace. That is some manufactured timeline that society has placed on you, and you are right where you're supposed to be. This life, this journey, it's not a straight line. It's winding, it's wild, it's worthy. And you are not lost. You are learning, you're becoming. So wherever you're headed, just know this. The choice, again, going back to choice, is yours. And you're going to be okay. You already are. Everything that was built to tear you down has lifted you up. Every time you have fallen forward. Give yourself the grace that you would give someone else. And my final thought is, if someone was in a position that you may see yourself in now or have seen yourself in before, what advice would you give them? Because most of us speak nicer to our friends, to our family, even to strangers, than we speak to ourselves. Words have power, thoughts have power. So be mindful of your words, be mindful of your thoughts. Live your life. I'm proud of you, Amanda, just because of who you are. I can't say it enough. That's it. That's all. I can talk forever, but understand this, if you heard it correctly, was a very uplifting message, at least for me. But we still need to discuss what's going on with the unemployment, the mass layoffs, the Epstein files. And I am not going to be a silent collaborator on this. I'm not going to be complicit. I'm going to speak my truth, and I'd love to hear from you. This Sunday, the 20th, we are going to be with Wayne Dawson, VIP Transformative Living. He is a coach. He is one of my brother's favorite guests that I've ever had. Sunday at 4 p.m. And then next Tuesday, the 29th, we have, the 27th, we have S. Scott Mason, who is amazing. And then Tuesday, the 29th, we have Lanier Johnston. And we are going to do a before and after profile revamp on someone that's looking for a new career. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot to talk about. That is my thought of the day. I love everybody. I hope everyone out there is living their best life. And if you're not living it, make that choice to step towards living your best life, because the only person holding you back right now is you. And I'm saying that to myself because I hold myself back sometimes as well. Talk to you guys later. Love you.